Yo, what's going on everyone? My name is Jared from Retro Gaming Pandemic. Today, I am headed to Vandalia, Ohio to meet up with my buddy Charles, aka Charlie's Adventure on YouTube. Link in the description of this video. Today, I am buying a selection of retro arcade gaming signs and display marquees from the 1980s. These things are freaking beautiful. I'm at his place. He's showing off all these awesome signs and telling me that actually his grandma gifted him these signs when she worked at this arcade in Columbus, Ohio in the 1980s.
I love you.
The first sign that I'm looking at right now while I'm at Charlie's apartment is this awesome original Donkey Kong, actually kiosk display screen that went where the monitor is on the cabinet. This thing is really awesome. It's got that bright red and orange color to it. You actually have Mario out in the corner too. And he wasn't Mario back then, and he was still the Jumpman character. And if you remember correctly, especially our friend NES Complex blessed us with this knowledge, that Nintendo was kind of testing the video game market with Donkey Kong as their first franchise hit. And they didn't actually have a name for Mario yet, so they just called him simply Jumpman. So this thing is really awesome, and also to complement it, I have the marquee display sign where the buttons go on the arcade cabinet too, and you have Peach, you have Jumpman, and you have Donkey Kong. It's really cool. The next display marquee that is on the list is Donkey Kong Jr. What an awesome game, what an iconic game. It's a good contrast to the Donkey Kong sign as well. This sign is blue, it's bright, it's got Mario on the side corner again. It's got Donkey Kong Jr. next to Donkey Kong. And also, he provided me the button display marquee part as well. And it's really cool because on the left-hand side, you can see actually the instructions on how to play the game, which would be in the arcades when people would go up to the cabinets. They would read that and then play the game. We're gonna keep going with these awesome display marquee signs and get right to the punch. No pun intended. The next game is Kangaroo by Atari. This is a 1980s Donkey Kong clone that Atari actually put out in the arcades. Very similar platform style to the Donkey Kong game. I love the display of the kangaroo with the punching gloves, punching the monkey. It's kind of Atari's big wannabe KO to Nintendo. And this is a really cool sign. It's gonna look great on my walls in my living room.
Kangaroo shop, kangaroo shop, kangaroo shop, kangaroo shop.
We got a banger next, everybody. This is one of the most iconic video game arcade franchises ever, and that is Pac-Man. This is an original midway 1980s Pac-Man arcade display sign that was on the front of the arcade when you will walk up to it. It's the brand, it's the advertising. It's so heavy too, it's almost glass. And I'm so happy right now. We're gonna keep going with these awesome arcade display signs. And the next one that I picked up from Charles is Jungle King by Taito. Now, if you're not familiar with this arcade game, and it's also a side-scrolling platformer, the whole premise of the game is you're this type of Tarzan loincloth wearing superhero that goes into the jungle and saves this princess from a bunch of cannibals. And the sign really kind of represents the storyline of this video game. You see the woman kind of wrapped up in rope and tied up with all of these cannibals surrounding her. And then on the right side of the sign, you see your kind of Tarzan loincloth hero ready to go save her. So really cool game, and Taito's still one of my favorite video game publishers.
You're doomed, doomed, doomed.
Ring ring, let me answer the call. Oh wait, Sega? Hey Sega, what's the next game on our list? One of my favorite arcade racers of all time. and that is Outrun. And this was actually a surprise. Charles didn't tell me he was throwing this in the lot of signs. This is an Outrun stage map display with a stand that was in actually the arcades next to the Outrun cabinet to show people that were playing what stages they had to complete to move on to the next courses. I love Outrun. I'm a huge Sega Genesis fan as well. Outrun is one of my prized possessions in my collection as the value has shot up CIB, and now I have a piece of video game history to display with it. The final sign in the lot is an original 1982 Warner Brothers Happy Birthday Reserve Your Party display sign. So at this arcade venue back in the 80s, parents could come in and take a pamphlet from this sign and actually fill it out and reserve a birthday party for their children. I love the Warner Brothers. Also, I have a tuxedo cat named Oscar, and Sylvester is actually right on it in the front. So I got a little sentimental value to it. And also, it's displayed in my apartment with our actual Retro Gaming Pandemic business card. So when people come and visit my game room and play some games, they actually can leave and take a business card from the tray. It's another Friday. I'm gonna go play some video games with the squad. We'll catch you next week.